Hey, what's up guys? Joker here. Today I wanted to talk to you primarily about Metro Exodus, but also Nvidia, who have both taken some massive L's over the past 24 hours. Nvidia so much more so over the past 6 months, but now they're just finally admitting to it. But Valve really took a massive L yesterday when the developers of Metro Exodus 4A Games decided to pull their game from the Steam store and instead start selling it exclusively on the Epic Game Store, which really started to be coming about in the end of 2018, and I don't think any of us expected it to come out swinging in the way that it has right now. They've already acquired The Division 2 as an exclusive game apart from on Uplay, so before you buy it on Steam, it would launch through Uplay. Now you've got to buy it on the Epic Game Store and launch through Uplay, or you could just buy it on Uplay, which is what I would do anyway, just because it's going to launch through Uplay no matter what, so don't see the point of having a second DRM on top of my DRM. There's really no reason for that, and we already know that Metro Exodus has de novo DRM. So now it's going to be on the Epic Game Store. If you want to buy Metro Exodus, you will have to go over there, download the client, and purchase it, which I'm actually going to do today during the course of this video. But I wanted to give my thoughts on this because it's really interesting what they're doing over there. They are bringing developers over, really enticing them with a larger piece of the pie, offering 88% of the proceeds right up front, right off the bat, and as a result, the developer here for Metro Exodus has actually been able to lower the price. So previously, it had been up for pre-order on Steam for $60, which is pretty much what every AAA game sells for. However, now on the Epic Game Store, as we can see over here, it's actually selling for $50 on the page. If we bring it up, is coming to the Epic Game Store. There we go. I can't get to it. Store. There we go. Metro Exodus. All right, there it is. $50. $50 there. I think that makes sense since they're getting a bigger piece of the pie. It's nice of them passing along that savings onto the consumer, because if you remember back in the day, when, people would buy PC games, they would usually be cheaper than consoles. Like console games would be $60 because you had to get a physical disc, all that, and then on the PC we had Steam, we had digital downloads a lot earlier than consoles, so you can get games for $50. You could even get physical copies of PC games for $50 back in the day. So it was traditionally cheaper, and I think it makes sense here where they're having to give 12% to Epic basically for hosting their sales and stuff on there. But yeah, it's $50, so it's cheaper. I don't think you can argue much with that. Now, for people that did already pre-order on Steam, you will get to keep your game. This is just being pulled as of like right now in the last 24 hours. If you go on Steam right now, if you go to the Metro Exodus page, you no longer have the option to buy the game whatsoever. It does say it's available February 15th, and they say on there this: sales of Metro Exodus have been discontinued on Steam due to a publisher decision to make the game exclusive to another PC store, that being the Epic Game Store. The developer and publisher have assured us that all prior sales of the game on Steam will be fulfilled on Steam, so you don't have to worry about your license getting transferred over to another store or anything like that. And they go on to say, and Steam owners will be able to access the game and any future updates or DLC through Steam. They also say, as taking shots here at Epic, that we think the decision to remove the game is unfair to Steam customers, especially after a long pre-sale period. We apologize to Steam customers that were expecting it to be available for sale through the February 15th release date, but we were only recently informed of the decision and given limited time to let everyone know. So I'm curious what you guys think about this down in the comments below. Obviously, it's a little bit annoying for people that, pre-ordered, or maybe not pre-ordered, but we're going to plan to pick it up on Steam. I was planning to pick it up on Steam, and then this happened. I usually don't pre-order games, so I was going to wait until like the last day. But yeah, now with this done and dusted, I guess I'll probably pick it up over on the Epic Game Store and see what that process is like, because I've actually never purchased a game on the Epic Game Store in my entire life. So let's go ahead and check out here. PayPal, see how easy this is. Make this a one-time payment, yes, and the zip code. Alright, so I just finished purchasing Metro Exodus. It says that it is now owned. I did not get the gold edition because I don't want to get the DLC until I own the base game anyway, and if I want to get it, I'll get it later on. But yeah, it's owned. It's now in my library, apparently, although it's actually not, because there's Fortnite Shadow Complex Unreal Tournament. It doesn't actually show up. Maybe it doesn't show games I can't download. So far, I'm indifferent on this. The store is not very intuitive. I mean, I would like to be able to open up, like, all my own games, like, because clearly I own this now. So why isn't it in my game library? That's a little frustrating. I mean, I guess it's not available to the 15th, but I'd still like to be able to view it in my library and then get to this, maybe to the sale page from there. So, I mean, that's not a good first impression because I don't even feel like I own the game now. I just gave them $50. I don't even feel like I own the game. This is not going well so far for you, Epic. I'm sorry. I wanted to support the platform, but immediately I don't even feel like I own the fucking game. So that's pretty shit. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on this. Are you going to pick up Metro Exodus through the Epic Game Store? Will you wait for it to get cracked and pick it up on the Pirates Bay? Is this going to affect your, one way or the other, whether or not you want to play Metro Exodus? I do think it's frustrating that we have to have just yet another platform on the PC where we have to download our games from. We've already got Steam, then we've got the first party ones like Origin and Uplay. You've got GOG out there for the indie games, and now we've got the Epic Game Launcher and Epic Store, which is going to try to do everything. I mean, it makes sense. They have a lot of people on the Epic Games Launcher every single day just to launch Fortnite. Lots and lots of people playing Fortnite on there. So it makes sense for those people, if they're playing Fortnite so much, to want to buy games on that platform and keep using that, whereas Steam doesn't really have a whole lot of big games drawing people in right now, at least that I can think of, apart from a lot of single-player games and a few others. I play a lot of games mostly through Uplay and Origin nowadays. Like I played the Anthem demo, that's through Origin. I play Rainbow Six Siege, I do that through Uplay. I'll do Division 2 through Uplay. So there wasn't really a whole lot of games on Steam coming up that I wanted to play anyway, but it is frustrating because if they're going to have all of the games over there now, then I'm going to have like a split library, and I've already got almost 500 games on Steam, something like that. So it's just a little frustrating to me, honestly. But I want to hear your guys' feedback on it down below, with Valve losing this game pretty much at the last minute, and Metro being pulled from their store. Kind of childish for them to do that so late in the game, I feel. So there's definitely two ways of thought on this. Now, I also mentioned Nvidia taking a massive L. If we shoot over to DSOG, Nvidia basically finished their fourth quarter of the fiscal year for going into 2019, and they admitted quite a few things that we've known for a while now, but things like the fact that the sales of the RTX Turing cards weren't as good as they had expected them to be. Also, because of the cryptocurrency boom, they were left with a lot of inventory of their mid-range stock, so they still have a ton of mid-range inventory from the previous generation, so 1060s, 1070s, and things of the like. And also, new customer adoption on the new cards just hasn't been that great, because people are waiting for either the prices to come down or they're waiting for new games to come out that actually take advantage of RTX. So Nvidia is finally now acknowledging all of these factors as the reasons for their decline in the second half of 2018. And in other news, water is wet. So really not that shocking at all, but Nvidia at least finally owning up to it, I guess, is a good thing. Let's move on from it. I don't really know exactly why people haven't picked up RTX cards, because we did wait so long for cards to be available, but once the cryptocurrency boom started to die off, it seemed like we had graphics cards both from the last generation and the new generation. Even RX Vega cards now, you can get those for under $500. Even Vega 64 I've seen for $400 regularly for a reference design. So there's a lot of cards out there right now that you can purchase, and people don't necessarily need to go out and spend $700-800 for the latest and greatest when they could still get a really good card on either a previous generation Nvidia card, like a 1070 Ti, maybe even a used 1080 or 1080 Ti on eBay, and they can get those cards for under $500 and get amazing performance at 1080p and 1440p. And really the only card worth considering getting in the new lineup is the 2080 Ti, and that's $1,200. And the only reason to really get it, I feel, is for 4K, because it runs pretty much everything I throw at 4K and getting very good frame rates. So that's really why I feel Nvidia is struggling right now. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on Nvidia, on Valve taking a big fat L to the Epic Game Store and losing Metro Exodus. One of the big AAA titles that I was looking forward to for this year is now on a different store, which doesn't even say that I own it, and I just gave them $50. So that's frustrating, as I said. I'm going to get out of here, though. I do look forward to the discussion. Comments below, as always. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on it down below. Subscribe if you're not already. It's that big fat red button. It's the only fat thing that's fatter than me. And, if you've been here for a while, ring the notification bell. and then you'll know as soon as a video goes up on the channel. All right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another video. Tara. Today's video is brought to you by LevelGo.com, where you could save money on games and software for your Windows 10 PC. And if you need a Windows 10 key, they've got you covered, where you can get a Windows 10 Pro key right now for just $15.75. Also, Microsoft Office 2016 for under $30, or 2019 Professional Plus for just under $60. And if you use my code JKL10 at checkout, you'll save 10% off your software purchase when you hit up LevelGo.com with the link down in the description below.